Hello there, very good afternoon. This is Lunchtime News on TV1. We are coming to you live and direct from the Newsfirst studios here in Colombo. I'm Tarashik Kumar Singha. Let's take a look at your headlines this afternoon. An increase in the prevailing showery conditions and strong winds expected as a result of the severe cyclonic storm Fani. Search operations conducted in many parts of the island. A group of suspects, including a close associate of Zaharan, arrested. President instructs to lift the ban on social media. Japanese Emperor Akihito begins historic abdication. On to your top story now. A lorry suspected to be allegedly involved in the Easter Sunday terror attacks were discovered in line with the ongoing investigations and was taken into custody in Polonnaruwa by the police. According to police media spokesperson SP Ruwan Gunasekara, the registered number of the vehicle has been identified as EPPX 299. Meanwhile, many suspects and equipment were taken into custody by the police in search operations carried out across the island last night and this morning.
A special search operation was carried out in the Bandara Koswatha Wariyapula area this morning. Personnel of the Wariyapula Army Camp and police conducted this operation. According to police, 4 suspects in relation with National Tawhid Jamaat were arrested during the search operation. A laptop, several DVDs and 300,000 rupees in cash were found in their possession. Pamphlets and books written in Arabic were also taken into custody by the police. The police said suspects were arrested while they were burning those stationery. A sword and 4 knives were found in search operations carried out across the area. Residents of Gonapala Horana informed the security officials about an abandoned vehicle near the Gonapala junction. Following that, the Horana police, army officers and STF officers started inspecting the vehicle. Due to this special search operation, the Gonapala Moragaha-Hena road was closed for almost 2 hours. According to residents, the suspected vehicle was parked at the location from 3 last evening to 8 in the night. Following situation took place after a woman claiming to be the vehicle owner's wife arrived at the location. Thereafter, the police arrested the woman. According to a correspondent, the owner of the vehicle had surrendered himself to police eventually. Another suspect was arrested in Puragala, Paduka, based on a tip-off received by the Paduka police. Thereafter, 5 sets of clothes similar to army uniforms, 8 mobile phones, a motorcycle and a lorry were taken into custody by the police when they inspected the residence of the suspect. It was revealed in the preliminary investigations the arrested suspect is a 28-year-old resident of Trincomalee. The police said the suspect is being interrogated under detention orders. Security forces carried out a search operation in a Muslim village in Atalugama, Bandaragama. 13 suspects were arrested during the search operation. A uniform similar to army uniforms and 30 SIM cards were taken into the custody of the police.
More news on the Easter Sunday terror attacks now. A close contact of leader of National Tawhid Jamaat, terrorist Mohammed Zaharan, was arrested during a search operation carried out along the Ashraf Road in Marandamuna, Kalmune.
Police Special Task Force said 3 books, believed to be religious books, mobile phones, SIM cards and several other equipment were seized from his possession. The suspect was handed over to the Colombo Crimes Investigation Unit for further investigation. Police STF also noted that another individual who distributed video footage and photos about extremist terrorist organization ISIS and the recent explosions via a mobile phone was arrested in Ampara.
Headline making news. According to the Government Information Department, President Maithripala Sirisena has instructed to lift the ban imposed on social media platforms. However, the Government Information Department says although the ban is lifted, it is paramount for social media users to act responsibly when using such platforms. Moving on to more news now. 1 person was injured in a shooting in Balum Mahara around 3:45 this morning.
The police media division said police officers were on duty this morning and opened fire at the sky while attempting to stop an individual who was carrying a suspicious bag. According to police, the bullet reached out on a light post and injured a person who was waiting at a nearby bus stop. Police said injured individual, a 43-year-old resident of Nedungamua Valley area, is receiving treatment at the Gampa hospital, adding that his condition is not critical. Police further noted the individual who was carrying the bag fled scene, adding that 2 ducks and a rooster were found inside the bag.
An event to remove garbage in the surrounding area of the Gin River was held yesterday. The program was organised by the Sri Lanka Navy together with the Ministry of Environment in the southern province. The cleaning was done near the Wakwella Bridge in Ginganga and Mulkada Bridge. It is under the threat of floods. We should stay prepared. The Sri Lanka Navy removed the garbage from Lakwella and the Gold Bridge. The area gets inundated because of the manner in which the garbage is disposed. The Inter-University Students' Federation expressed their views in Colombo yesterday with regard to the circular issued by the Ministry of Education on the safety of the students.
Circular 25 of 2019 was released with the aim of providing security to the schools that do not have proper security facilities. There is no clause in this circular that talks about security of children. Minister Akila, Prime Minister Ranil and the government released this circular in order to rid themselves of this burden. They have asked the principal, teachers, past pupils and parents to get together and make a committee. This committee is responsible to locate bombs. That means the principal and the teachers should stop all their work and should be trained to defuse bombs. This is a joke. The School Children Protection Committee was active since 2011. This was established to protect children from child abuse. Despite this, according to statistics from the Bureau of Children and Women released in 2017, the most dangerous places for children is their own home and then their school. This committee that was established by the government could not take steps to reduce child abuse at school. Terrorists won't come to these schools to play with the children. If they come to kill. How can teachers or parents prevent this from happening?
Now, a book authored by Dharman Vikramaratne was launched yesterday.
Experts, politicians and several other dignitaries attended the event. There are certain organizations that are being formed to control international politics. They are the ones who initiate organizations like Al-Qaeda, ISIS and several others. The globally elite societies are the ones who establish these. They provide the funding and make that an opportunity to control things. I think the solution to this is to form a visionary debate in this regard. This is the for terrorism. There can be a government without a law. But there can't be a law without a government. The main responsibility of the government is to safeguard the people and their properties. A government that cannot safeguard the people and their properties should leave. The Greek philosophers once said to chase them if they are not leaving. Politicians and political leaders kill their opponents while hiding behind terrorism.
Still in local news now, it is reported that locals in Hambantota are continuing to face difficulties due to constant elephant threats.
Our correspondent said that the locals of the Sribopura are threatened by 5 elephants roaming in the area. The wild elephants have also destroyed the cultivations in the area. Our correspondent said the wild elephants have attacked a reception hall yesterday. The Hambantota wildlife officers took steps to chase the elephant back to the reserve.
Taking a look at more headline making news now, the Met Department says an increase in the prevailing showery conditions and strong winds could be expected as a result of the severe cyclonic storm Fani. Issuing a weather advisory, the Met Department said Foni over southwest Bay of Bengal to the northeast of Sri Lanka was located about 640 kilometers northeast of Trincomalee. The department notes that as a result, rainfall exceeding 150 millimeters should be expected in Sabragamua, central, southern, western, northwestern and Uva provinces and Mana and Ampara districts. Meanwhile, Assistant Director at the Disaster Management Centre, Pradeep Kodipilli, urged people in landslide risked areas to be vigilant about their surroundings.